Closing the divide between the poor and the rich, more equality, and everyone's basic needs taken care of. It almost sounds too good to be true, and that's because it is. What I just mentioned are the main arguments spearheading the theory of communism. However, in this video, I will explain the major economic shortfalls of communism and why it never works in practice. In an economic powerhouse such as America, who ranked number one, recording a gross domestic product of $22.9 trillion in 2021, a mixed economy is present. A mixed economy is classified as an economy that has characteristics of both capitalism and socialism. But wait, isn't socialism bad? It depends, let me explain. Socialism is a theory of social organization advocating for production, distribution, and exchange being owned or regulated by the community, and therefore a figurehead of that said community, such as the state or government, essentially allowing for government intervention for the public good. And this starts to see problems when the intervening party decides that they don't like democratic elections anymore. Anyway, back on topic. A mixed economy embraces the free market whilst allowing for some government intervention, such as imposing regulations to ensure public safety, for example, the FDA and CDC. In a free market, private ownership is allowed, and multiple privately owned firms in the same field can exist, leading to competition, which then promotes lower prices, high quality of goods and services, more variety, and innovation. These are the main advantages that a truly communist economy would fail to experience, as the central authority would dictate the means and quantity of production, likely placing strict rules on how businesses can operate. Additionally, there would be no competition among firms in a communist economy, as each firm would be given the same funding by the state and each worker would be paid the same wage. Now you might be thinking, if communism has such major economic shortfalls, why was China's GDP in 2021 $17.46 trillion USD, second only to the United States, which was at $22.9 trillion? And the reason is because China isn't communist. I know, let me explain. If we analyze the Chinese economic model, it can be found that the current economic system of the People's Republic of China represents a state capitalist system. A state capitalist system differs to communism, as communism would discourage or most likely stop any private ownership of vital resources, whereas a state capitalist system is an economic system where private enterprises are modified by a varying degree of government ownership. This can be seen taking place in China, with a growing number of businesses being undertaken by private firms. However, all of these firms would have a definitive scope of business, which would have to be approved by the governmental authorities, which would specify what that company is permitted to carry on. Additionally, China is the world's largest manufacturing economy and exporter of goods, whilst also consuming around half of the global consumption of metals. All of these attributes have helped to grow the Chinese economy to second place globally in terms of gross domestic product, despite the fact that the Chinese Communist Party have stated that the attainment of true communism is their ultimate goal. In summary, a truly communist economy could never hope to compete against the free market, due to innovation being pointless, as even if an individual discovered a way to cure cancer, they would still be paid the same wage as a garbage collector. Additionally, the lack of competition between companies in a communist economy would prevent an increase in quality of goods and services, lower prices, and more variety. All of these aspects are things which would drive an economy forward, and which true communism would be operating without. If you enjoyed my first ever video, think about subscribing, because there's more on the way and the quality will only increase. Thanks so much for watching.